whether it's Gardner Minshew under center or Jalen Hurts under center, we're going to be bringing that pressure to Dak Prescott. And Dak Prescott has shown all season long and pretty much all career long that he folds under pressure.
What's happening, everybody? I'm Brandon Tierney. This is Week 16 of Put Your Money Where Your Mouth Is, brought to you by BetMGM, also known as the Holiday Edition. Now, pretty simple. Each week, two of the internet's sharpest sports minds compete against each other to make you some money. We'll find the best bets for Week 16. I'll decide who earns the cash. And at the end of the show, we'll throw down one big bet for Sunday night's Bucks-Cardinals game. Last week, PJ won, so Sammy had to pay up. Let's take a look at what went down.
Man, I expected this tough loss after the last episode with PJ, but I got lucky. The Chiefs only won by 6 points. We doubled our bet to the points, so only $12 loss. I'll live with that.
All right, $12. You got to stay in line with the economy. Tough times here, so we'll try to keep those bets kind of low, kind of safe. All right, let's see who was pitted against each other today on the show. Our competitors. First up, she is the face of Symone with the sport. She's on YouTube and is a diehard Eagles fan. We got that little Philly-Dallas dynamic going on. It's Symone Stanley. Symone, what's happening, kiddo? How are you?
I'm doing good. It's rivalry week. We got the best of the Cowboys Week 6. Feeling good. Some questions under center, but no matter who we have under center, Jalen Hurts, Gardner Minshew, we getting the dub.
Listen, I've always liked Gardner, so if Jalen's not good to go, Gardner's certainly quality, as you know. And going up against Symone, she's a sports reporter who reps the Cowboys, big Dallas fan. We've got Taylor Mathis.
Yeah, I'm duking it out with Symone this weekend, the best of the best in the NFC East and two of the best teams in the entire league. Micah Parsons already said it earlier. Is it Jalen Hurts or is it the team? I think my Cowboys get the W this weekend, especially without Jalen Hurts for the Eagles.
She's coming with predictions. She's coming with confidence. Now, Taylor, hopefully you're coming with some parameters. What are you guys playing for?
All right, Symone and I decided that whoever wins in this rivalry game between the Eagles and the Cowboys, the other one, the loser, has to place a $20 bet on either the Cowboys, in Symone's case, or the Eagles, in my case, to win the Super Bowl, which is possible for both of those teams to do.
Yeah,
it's possible for one of those teams.
Oh!
All right. All right. Battle lines clearly drawn. We're ready to go. Let's get to Quickfire. Here it is. Okay, Quickfire. First up. So, for $30, guys, if your average Santa Claus, he's coming, weighs 255 pounds, does he weigh more or less than Micah Parsons? Symone, more or less?
The way Lane Johnson was throwing Micah Parsons around, I think Santa weighs more.
Okay. And Taylor, how about you? Santa heavier or lighter than Parsons?
I think that Santa's heavier than Parsons. I think that Parsons sits around like 240-ish, somewhere around there. So I'm also taking Santa's bigger.
Okay. You know what? Boom. $30 a piece. Yep. Woo! Santa checks in at 255. Yeah, right. We got Parsons right now, the average 245 at the Santa Combine. That's what he checked in on the scales at. I don't know what he runs a 40 in. I don't know what reindeer. Rudolph's probably pretty good in the 40. Santa, I don't know. He looks like an offensive lineman. All right, guys, number 2. Taylor, you're up first here. This one's for $40. So, in honor of the 8 nights of Hanukkah, all right, for $40, can you tell me who's sitting right on the outside of the playoff bubble in 8th place at each conference in the moment? We will hand out partial credit if necessary. Taylor, go ahead. Just out of the playoff picture, who is it?
Oh, I want to say the Patriots.
Okay.
In the AFC. Oh, gosh. I'm like
in
NFC.
The NFC. Think.
Who do I think?
Come on. You know the teams. Give us a guess.
I'm thinking maybe the Seahawks. I'm going to go Seahawks.
Seattle. Okay. Taylor's going to go with the Pats in Seattle. Symone, going to volley back to you for $40. What do you have?
I'm going with the Patriots and the Lions in the NFC.
Okay. So if my math is right, it's usually not. Taylor, 2 for 2. So we give a 40 spot to Taylor. Symone, you got half right. Half right. You missed on the Lions. They're obviously moving up, but so the answer is Seattle. All right. Next question. Symone, you're going to go first on this one. So I want you to give me the greatest gift somebody could receive, all right? Your single best bet for the entire week. So you unwrap this. It's next to the candle. It's under the tree. Whomever opens this gift says, wow, this is just incredible. All right, I'll return the favor. I'll hook you up with a 50 spot for the best one. Go ahead, Symone.
Of course, I'm going to take my Eagles over the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys are like a 1-point favorite, maybe in Vegas because they are at home, and we do have some questions under center. But I'm riding with my Birds.
Oh, God.
It's Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not cold. Hopefully there's no cold in there, Taylor. How about you?
All right, my best bet for week 16 is going to be in Falcons-Ravens. I'm taking a peek at the total under 40.5. This matchup is also on Christmas Eve. I'm going to throw some little Christmas innuendos in there. Bah humbug, because the probable starters in this one under center are Desmond Ridder in his second NFL game for Atlanta and backup Tyler Huntley for Baltimore. With a rookie and a backup at QB, I don't see a lot of points being scored. I love the under on the total 40.5 in Falcons-Ravens for my best Christmas holiday present to give to everybody.
By the way, you sold me about 30 seconds ago. I like the intel. I like how you connect the dots. I think that was very well done. So a 50 spot to Taylor as we keep it moving here on Quickfire. Last one, guys. Now, as you know, we've got the highest level of production, so let's wheel it in. We're going to give this a spin for $60, okay? I'm going to ask you to name 6 players from the team that it lands on, and if you don't get it, obviously, Taylor, you're going to have to do this. Symone steals the money. So I'm going to spin this. Taylor, you're going to have to name 8 players, and if you don't get it, Symone goes. You ready? Here we go, guys. Let's see what we got. Nothing cheap about this. Nothing. Ooh, got some obscure teams up there. The Cardinals. Oh, back to the Jets. Oh. Wow, this thing is all right. That's a high-profile team. So, Taylor, you should know this. So let's get 30 seconds up on the board. 8 Buffalo Bills. Let's go.
All right. Josh Allen, Gabe Davis, Stephon Diggs, Dawson Knox.
It's easy.
Oh my gosh, I'm running out of people right now.
Any defensive players?
On the spot, this is hard.
Defense.
Oh
defense.
My gosh,
That's 4. Uh-oh, tick-tock.
I'm running out of on the spot. This is really hard, guys.
Oh, I'm hearing excuses, Symone. I'm also hearing 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
In her defense, the Bills are a very miscellaneous roster. I can't even lie.
How about Milano? How about Tre'Davious White? How about Poyer, an outstanding safety? Come on, guys.
Oh, boy. See, when you say it though now, but when you're on the spot like that, it's really hard to just come up with these names in 30 seconds.
That's why we do it. We like people to look bad. I'm just kidding. All right. So, Symone, you stole that one. $60, right, guys? To Symone, a 60 spot. Competitive one so far. Nice. All right, guys, we keep it moving. Did they know? Segment number 2. Taylor, tight one here with Symone. Taylor 120. Symone's got a $110. Let's rock. So this is always interesting. We went to a Broncos tailgate on Sunday. We saddled up to a couple of Denver fans, wanted to get a sense of how well they know their team, how well they know their team's history. Each one of these would be worth $40. Now, you're not guessing the answer to the question. We want you to get a read on these people and determine whether or not you think they know the Broncos well. So you got to look at body language, get some other clues. First up, Christina and Paula. Let's meet them.
My name is Christina. I grew up in Southern California, and I had Raider season tickets. Boo, I know. Denver Broncos came to play. I converted that game. Go John Elway.
My name is Paula. I grew up in Southern Colorado, but I didn't become a Bronco fan until John Elway was drafted.
I mean, you have to wonder if the Broncos would have any fans if John Elway was never born. I mean, that's pretty much what I'm hearing. All right, guys, so here's the deal. We're trying to find out just how well they know their teams. We hooked them up with 3 iconic players' numbers and asked them to identify the player. So we'll start with that. You got to get all 3. Taylor, do you think they know who they are?
I think they maybe knew one, and that would be John Elway. I don't think they knew the other 2. I think that they seem like they're a little bit of fair weather fans. They're newer Broncos fans. So I'm going to go with no on the 3 out of 3.
That is a no for Taylor. Symone, how about you? You going to roll with this crew or no?
I'm going to say no because, one, it's a game day and their vibes are very low energy. Like, if somebody stopped me at an Eagles game, I'd be turned and piped up. Second, they're giving fair weather fans. Third, jersey numbers are hard, okay? I'm a diehard fan, and I only know about 10 Eagles by jersey numbers historically. So I'm going to say no.
All right, so we got a couple of no's. Let's see if they can convert you guys into believers. Let's check it out, see what they said.
Terrell Davis.
That was good.
Sorry. Shannon Sharp.
Go for it.
All right, and last one, number 88.
Damaris
It's
Thomas.
Thompson.
What?
Hey.
That was a setup for sure.
Just reel you in, reel you in, reel you in.
Wow, I'm
Don't-
very impressed.
I'm impressed. She wasn't
was
playing
like
either quick.
on it.
You guys are impressed. I got to be honest. I'm borderline stunned the way this
Right.
conversation started with them. So, number 30 for TD, they got that. 84 Shannon Sharp and Damaris Thomas 88. Check. Borderline stunned that they got it, but they did. All right, Dave and Mike, your turn. Go ahead.
Dave, I've been a Bronco fan my whole life.
I'm Mike Anderson, Rookie of the Year in 01. And
All right, so they seem relatively dialed in, and we asked them both this question. What year were the Broncos born? What was their first season? Taylor, you think they know this?
I think they do. They seem like they've been season ticket holders with the Broncos a long time. They said they were born and raised Broncos fans. The one guy's name is Dave. That's my dad's name. So I have faith in Dave. So I am going to go with they know the answer to when the Broncos were formed.
All right. You also heard a 1963 reference, so they're certainly in the neighborhood.
Right.
Interesting. I got you. Simone, what are you doing here?
I think so. I just bet against the Broncos fans, was proven wrong. So I'm going to ride with these two guys. I think they know it.
Okay, you sound like Russell Wilson. Let's ride, Bronco fans. Yeah, let's ride to 15.9 points per game. Let's see if they know the answer.
I believe it was 60.
1960.
It was six. Yeah, I think it is 1960.
1960.
Again.
Oh, it's right there. 1960.
There you go. Whatever it takes. You got to dial into those clues.
That
So
sure
both
helps.
you guys got that. The answer, 1960. All right, last one. Next up, Dustin.
What's up, man? I'm Dustin. Been a Broncos fan my whole life from Denver, so, been a Broncos fan my whole life.
All right, so let's see how good Dustin is here. We asked him to name 8 Broncos before his buddy can bang back a beer. All right, so we're chugging, we're spitting out names. There's a time frame. Simone, you think you can do it?
They look like some drinkers. I mean, he was already drunk. I feel like his friend can drink a beer pretty fast, but I think he can name 8 Broncos faster.
Okay, so you think that they will do this together?
They will.
Gotcha. Taylor, how about you?
I'm agreeing with Simone, too. I think they get it done. They look like they are there for the tailgate more than they are for the game.
I would probably agree with you, but you got to keep in mind, we don't know exactly at what point of the morning we hooked up with them. If they've been tailgating for 4 hours, that beer might
Maybe
not be
they're all-
flowing. So let's see. Let's see if they can bang it back. Go ahead.
Josie Jewell, Russell Wilson, Cortland Sutton. Why is it so hard?
It's so cold.
Yeah, hold on. Why am I struggling so much?
It's so cold. I'm
Jesus.
giving you a good one here.
Patrick Surtain, Justin Simmons. Come on, man. Who's a tight end? Oh my God! Why did I struggle so much, dude?
These guys
I
have to
should've
have their
known.
own comedy act.
So
When he
close.
dropped the F-bomb, I should have known in the pre-video when he dropped the F-bomb, he was too gone.
Yeah.
See, but
yeah.
it is hard to name players on the spot that fast. Even for your own team, your brain gets frazzled, especially if you've been drinking. Double
Hey,
frazzled.
hey, Taylor, if that makes you sleep better tonight, you can run with that. I got you. All right, guys. Nothing there. No blood drawn. 160 for Taylor. Simone right in the neighborhood at 150. And we got a tight one. Let's keep it moving. All right, guys. Next up, as we hit the home stretch, we call the Take Two. I got 2 marquee matchups for you. Both will weigh in with some bets, with some props, anything that's appealing to you. Whichever bet take I like the most, $50 coming your way. So, Simone, you got to go first. Commanders coming off a tough loss to the Giants, +7 at the Niners. Purdy, that defense, how do you see this one shaking out?
The Niners on paper are definitely the better team here. Their defense, their offense, even with the third string quarterback, all the weapons that they have on offense, they really haven't missed that much of a beat with Purdy coming in for Jimmy G. But the Commanders, and I'm an NFC East girl, the Commanders, they have a lot of weapons they could deploy on offense too. Scary Terry, Dotson, the rookie, Curtis Samuel, their running back, Brian Robinson. He's been getting going as well. And then we know Tyler Heineke can sling the rock. I think the Commanders could win. And 2, the Commanders defensive line, they can bring that pressure to Purdy. At some point, Purdy's last draft pick in the draft, rookie coming in is going to show. And I think if the Washington football team can put that pressure up front and run the ball like they did with my Eagles, keeping our offense off the field, I think Washington could win this game. And it's a must-win kind of game for Washington when it comes to the playoff picture.
Always associating a man with his draft status, huh? Nobody can move up in the world, so Tom Brady's a bum?
I didn't say all that.
That's an interesting call, Symone. I don't know how many people would agree. Taylor, how about you?
All right, Commanders, 49ers. I am not agreeing with Symone on this. I'm on the Brock Purdy train, despite the fact that he was at Iowa State. And I'm a Hawkeye, so we are natural-born enemies in the state of Iowa. But I like what I've seen out of him, and I would lay the 7 points with SF in this game. The 49ers are rolling, winning 7 straight by an average margin of almost 17 points. And they have an insane roster of offensive weapons in Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, also a fellow Hawkeye. The Commanders, on the other hand, they run far more than they pass, and San Francisco shouldn't have a problem being able to stop that ground game from Washington. So I'll lay the 7 points with the 49ers. And a prop I like, I'll take CMC over his receptions number when that comes out. It hasn't been released yet. Washington has a top 10 pass D, so Purdy may resort to shorter screen passes to McCaffrey. So I like McCaffrey over his reception props number 2 when that's released.
Taylor, I got to tell you, I like the way you lay that out. It's funny, as Symone was running through all those weapons for the Commanders, that it sounds good, but it doesn't always translate on Sundays, especially against a big-time defense like the Niners. Taylor, $50. There's no way I can't roll with the Commanders here. Can't do it. 50 for Taylor. 50. All right. Now, Taylor, you go first. Eagles. Plus 5.5 at the Cowboys. No personal sentiment will infiltrate these answers,
bias.
I'm sure.
This game against the Eagles has been marked on my calendar for weeks, and I will say this past week was tough, losing to the Jags in OT. This game was much more appealing at that point. There was a lot more on the line, but now the Cowboys lost, and Philly is without quarterback Jalen Hurts, out with his shoulder sprain for possibly 2 weeks. We have Gardner Minshew coming in to start in his place. But even with the boys getting that break, and despite the fact that I am a Dallas fan, I'll take the 5.5 points with the Eagles. It's still a huge divisional NFC East matchup between the two of the best teams in the entire league. I will also take Cowboys QB Dak Prescott to throw an interception. I'm very angry with him. He's 9 since week 10. That's the most in the league. So I'm going to go with Philly plus 5.5 and Dak Prescott to throw an interception.
Wait, Taylor, are you sure you're a Dallas fan?
I am.
You have the most sense of any Cowboys fan I've
I'm a
ever.
betting girl.
Symone?
Of course, I'm going with the Eagles here, and we're not even 1,000% sure if Jalen Hurts is going to be playing or not going to be playing. But regardless if Jalen Hurts plays or Gardner Minshew plays, our offensive line is playing, and Lane Johnson bodied Micah Parsons week 6, and he's bodying Micah Parsons again week 16. And who else is playing? Our fully loaded defense. Whether it's Gardner Minshew under center or Jalen Hurts under center, we're going to be bringing that pressure to Dak Prescott. And Dak Prescott has shown all season long and pretty much all career long that he folds under pressure. And let's not forget, Gardner Minshew was a starter in this league, and he's better than some of these starting quarterbacks.
I like Minshew, and I like both of your play there. It's the same thing, coming at it from a little bit of a different angle, but essentially, still riding the 5.5, taking the 5.5. Dallas's defense has not earned that, in my opinion, that kind of respect, that kind of trust. Dak is, as you referenced, he's been an absolute mess since week 9, throwing the football away. I think Eagles plus 5 at a hook is the play, so each of you guys bank $50 on that. Nicely done. All right, guys, the final push. The big ones. The final round here is for all the marbles. We've got the one big bet we're going to drop for the big Sunday night game with the Bucs and the Cardinals. Obviously, bigger for the Bucs, who are still very much in the playoff race here, the sloppy mess that's known as the NFC South. So, at the end of the day, whoever's got more money on Monday morning will be our winner. Right now, we reset the scoreboard. Taylor has 260, Symone at 200. So, with that, Taylor, you get to lay the tracks. What do you have?
Oh, I'm going to play a little conservative on this one since I am in the league. But also, you said this is a big game. This is another primetime game I would probably sleep through. I live out here in Arizona, and the Cardinals are an absolute dumpster fire right now. I'm gonna go with anything. I think this is a nice bounce back spot for Tom Brady and the Bucks. I would lay the 6.5 points because this is a great spot for them against a Cardinals team that's absolutely terrible. They just lost to the Broncos this week, which is also another terrible team. So I will lay the 6.5 points, and if I had to throw it in for a little two-teamer, I'll create a little two-team parlay. I'll go with the DeAndre Hopkins anytime touchdown, though, if I'm going to take that coming from Colt McCoy. And with that being said, I'm going to put $50 on my two-team parlay of the Bucks to lay 6.5 points in DeAndre Hopkins anytime touchdown for the Cardinals.
Okay, so she's staying true to her word. She does have a $60 lead, 260 to 200 over Symone, so going a little conservative. Now, Symone, you can't afford to do that. You got to go for the aggressive push. What are you rocking with here?
I'm going to go with the Bucks as well, and since I'm agreeing with Taylor here, I guess I have to put more money on it. So I'm going to put $150 for the Buccaneers. I don't think the Buccaneers will cover the spread because, as we've seen, the Buccaneers are a team that can kind of struggle to score. I'm going to go with a Tom Brady touchdown pass in this game. I'm going with the Bucks. The Cardinals have shown nothing all season long but disappointment, and the Bucks are still going for that NFC South title, trying to go into the playoffs. They showed some promise against the Bengals, a little bit of promise, a lot of disappointment, but I think that they will beat the Cardinals. They won't cover the 6.5 point spread. I think they'll win by like a field goal maybe, and Tom Brady will get a touchdown.
All right. The ladies have spoken. We are on the record. Taylor, you take the lead going into the big Sunday night game, 260 to 200. Symone's got a little work, but this has been a tightly contested matchup. A lot of fun. Happy holidays, girls. Great job today. Good stuff.
Thank you.
And that'll just about wrap it up. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment below with some locks for the week. Make sure you head over to thegameday.com for the latest offers from BetMGM. Enjoy the games. Get a little sweat going. Happy holidays, everybody. We'll see you next week right here on the show. Be well.